Welcome back to Treasure and Change, where every coin is a piece of history and sometimes even a piece of treasure. Today we're going to be doing our inaugural dollar hunt for the channel. I like to keep y'all guessing what the next video is going to be. So today we're doing dollar coin roll hunting, and we're going to be looking for a couple things. I have my Strike It Rich with Pocket Change guide here. This is just a sample of some of the things we're going to be looking for, but we have the wide rim on the Susan B. Anthony 1979 Philadelphia. We've found a couple of these in the past. There's some diagnostics there. We're also going to be looking for that ever elusive Cheerios dollar. If we find one, I'll jump up and down screaming and running out of the room, so you'll know it. That's kind of a dream coin for me. A lot of these dollars coin roll hunting are looking for high value stuff and album fillers, of course. We're going to be looking for the Wounded Eagle as well. That's just a little bit of I guess it's a die chip, a die gouge, apologies, a die gouge on the reverse going through the eagle's breast. It's pointing off in this direction, but it's really like over here. There's like a line, you see it starts here and here, so maybe we need to go email them and tell them they got it wrong. Like it's over here. Why are you pointing over in this direction? So not sure why that why that's pointing over there. You can see it go through, so it's going to go through the eagle here on the breast, and then it's going to come out the other side over here. So maybe instead of an error coin, maybe this is an error print. We'll have to go talk to them about that. That's so interesting. Hadn't noticed that before. We're also going to be looking for on these. There's a series of errors that you can find on the edge of the coin, which is so cool. Not a lot of times will you find errors on edges, but these coins are all kinds of filled with them. I love this one the most. Like, look at that date. That's supposed to be the date and then the Philadelphia mint mark. So what year even is that? That's 22,077,000. I hope someone's around in that year. I hope Earth still exists. But anyway, kind of cool. So we'll be looking through those things. We did get a start to the hunt. I have great relationships with my tellers, and they actually had saved this one. They said, hey, this looks unusual. What is this? So this is an innovation dollar for Rhode Island, which is the innovation series, which is particularly cool to me because I just got done talking about the Bluenose dime on for Canada, and there's a schooner on the back of that coin. So this looks awfully lot like it's a sailboat of some type. So I wonder what's going on there. Might be a schooner as well. A lot of naval and maritime themes on coins. There's a really cool dollar that has a big battleship on it that I love. I hope to get one day. But anyway, we're starting off the hunt with an album filler of this innovation dollar. So let's get into these rolls. Here's another innovation dollar. This is Tennessee. This is going to actually be like our first find of the hunt. I know I don't have this one. These were not intended for circulation. So anytime we find one, they're really cool to find. This one is going to be the Tennessee Valley Authority. Not sure exactly what this is all about, but there's some history there, I'm sure. Okay, future me here with the voiceover, and wow, the Tennessee Valley Authority is actually a federal government-owned utilities company. It's the 6th largest utilities company in the country, and it was actually founded by Franklin Delano Roosevelt in 1933 as part of the New Deal. So Tennessee was suffering from a lack of infrastructure and extensive poverty, and the government stepped in and created this Tennessee Valley Authority because private companies didn't find it profitable enough. Later, it was criticized as big government, and it did displace a lot of locals for some of these projects that they were doing. But it's a very interesting piece of history. I did not know that the federal government owned a utilities company. Did you know about the Tennessee Valley Authority? Tell me down in the comments what your thoughts are. Really, y'all? Really? Quarters. That'll give me 75 cents down, but that's okay. We'll make it up elsewhere. What is this? We got a Canadian, it looks like. That's kind of cool. It's like a special toonie, it looks like, or a special loonie. Is it a loonie or a toonie? I don't know. Future me here. Okay, it's a loonie. It's a special 2017 loonie made to celebrate Canada's 150th anniversary. The unique design celebrates Canada from coast to coast. So cool find there. Let's keep going. One thing that we look for that I forgot to mention in the intro is all the coins for the presidential series after Chester Arthur are not intended for circulation. So hopefully we'll find some of these too. They have lower mintages and were not put out in general circulation. Okay, we found our first wide rim Susan B. Anthony. What you're going to want to look for is on the 1979. There will be very little space. Particularly, we always look for the 1 because that's very dramatic. There's even some indicators on the top of the coin, which isn't shown here, but the 1 is really where you would want to look. Here, there's a lot of space between the 1 and the rim. Here there's not. I just did a video on this not too long ago of the different varieties on the 1979 Susan B. Anthony's. So these will be fun to find. Let me show you what ours looks like that we found here. So this one is going to be the common variety. You see, especially where the 1 is, there's a lot of space. There's a lot of room for that 1 to breathe. And over here, this is the rare variety. You see how the 1 is almost touching the rim of this coin. That's called the wide rim. And that's the rare of the 2. So we're gonna hold on to this. In this hunt, we have passed through a lot of 1979. I mean, I probably looked at at least 15 to 20 1979s, and this is the first that we have. That's the wide rim. So that kind of gives you a general sense of like rarity. They're not extremely rare, but they're rare enough to excite me whenever I find them. So I'm going to put these over here with the finds, and we'll talk about it at the end of the hunt. Okay, so check this out. I don't know if you can appreciate how big this is. That's my hand there, and I'm not a child. This is a grown man's hand here. So check out how big this album is, and it's filled with a lot of cool information here. So this is a presidential dollar set, and it goes all the way from George Washington to Ronald Reagan is where it stops, but it gives you holes to punch out for future presidents. The only ones that I don't have here are Jimmy Carter, George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and George W. Bush. All the rest are represented here. So, like I was saying, a lot of these are not intended for circulation, and I have those too. And kind of interesting, you know, having the portraits of all the different presidents. So now with this series, there's not a president that won't have a coin. Okay, so wrapping up our hunt, we had 2 innovation dollars over here. We had the Canadian 150th anniversary. We had this not intended for circulation 2004 Philadelphia Sacagawea Dollar. And then we had this wide rim Susan B. Anthony. So that was our hunt. I hope you enjoyed. Catch you in the next one.